Hello guys, welcome back to another video, and well today, happy Halloween first thing. I have a few videos planned for today, but yeah, this is basically just an Etsy update, which I do every now and then whenever I'm working on something kind of interesting I want to show off, and I actually had this kind of done by my, not, a little after my last Etsy update, but I didn't want to do a whole new one since I didn't have too much going on, but I have quite a few updates for that, and also maybe a few for the channel and stuff that I kind of want to include in this video, but we're going to start with that main thing, which is a millipede. Well, a millipede relative. Arthropleura. You may have seen this in my community post. I was kind of teasing this a little back. And yeah, I finally actually am going to be releasing these guys. I wanted to release them for Halloween. I actually had quite a few things planned for Halloween, but things didn't work out quite. So I'm going to I've kind of had to do a lot of revisions to the Etsy. I'll show that off, like all my release schedule and species choices. And for Halloween, this might be the only thing I release. Though the reason why I'm recording this now and they're not done yet is because I don't know if I'm going to be able to get them out today. Honestly, since it's Friday, I should have plenty of time. They should be out by today or tomorrow. So Halloween or November 1st. But yeah, I might be able to get these done. I want to try to get my other things like other Halloween videos done today. And once I finish those, and if I have time, then I'll try to finish these guys up. They just need to be painted, and this is the only thing I'm releasing for Halloween, so I could actually focus all my time on them. But yeah. Anyways, kind of want to show these off. Something really cool about these guys is that yeah, they're articulated. Yes, they are very much articulated. I showed this guy off on the Etsy, except this is not the one I actually have. Let me just bring them all in, since I have 1, 2, 3, 4, of which 3 of these will be on the Etsy. Of these ones specifically, because one of them I always keep one of the things I make, but yeah, all the other ones will be on the Etsy. But then I also have these two right here that are not articulated. This one's just permanently in an up position, and this one's permanently in down position. This is actually the original one I showed off on the Etsy, showed up images of. This is that original Arthropleura. It does not bend anymore. I turned it into just a plain stagnant model. It's also one other big difference between this and the newer ones is that this one's a little bit shorter. So yeah, I'm still going to release this one as just like a non-bendable one, and same for this one, which is another one. This one's actually the same length as the others, except, well, it's up in an up position so it doesn't look like it, but yeah. That's kind of just what I wanted to do. And also, if you want to see this scaled with like a Mattel human figure, for example, here's the one in the reared up position, which you can put these guys into a reared up position. But yeah, if you'd like to put one in a reared up position, it will be about this tall. It kind of can vary on how you do it and stuff, but if done properly, I think you can get it to be a little bit taller than this, but generally, yeah, it can look a person in the eye. Also, if you want to see it here's with the smaller one kind of scaled with it, and then with the larger ones, the articulated ones, here it is next to a Mattel human figure. So yeah, these are definitely some really cool figures, and Arthropleura is one that I know probably a few people suggested a long time ago, and I just haven't done Arthropleura since. I wanted it to be articulated, and frankly, I didn't know how I was going to do it, but now I figured out how I'm going to do it, and yeah. Again, they're just on a wire, so they can kind of bend in any position. But pretty much for the up position, it's kind of tricky. You actually have to get it to bend up and then bend backwards just so that it actually balances while standing up. And yeah, there you go. It can be in the up position. It also can vary a little bit. But yeah, you can curl it up like that, or you can have it go all the way up like that if you'd like to as well. So yeah, these are just some really cool ones. Paint scheme wise, I kind of plan on making up kind of a paint scheme, but it's going to be a little bit more of a simple one, I guess. It's going to be Halloween colored, of course. It's going to be also kind of similar to a lot of Arthropleura colors since they're all really similar. This one's going to be black, red, orange, and yellow, I think. Just some kind of simple Halloween colors. I still don't know exactly how I'm going to do it together, but yeah, I have some ideas I kind of want to go for this Arthropleura. But yeah, I kind of do want to make it look somewhat similar to the not Jurassic Park. Why do I keep on saying Jurassic? I meant to say Walking with Monsters and Prehistoric Park variant. It's going to look it's going to vaguely look like a combination of the two, but at the same time still look kind of different. So yeah, I'm going to take some inspirations from those designs, but those are going to be the color schemes for all these Arthropleura. And yeah. Anyways, yeah, that's pretty much the big update on these Arthropleuras. I know I haven't actually talked about them for a while. That's why I did want to do an update on them. And they're just really cool. They come in these things are literally made out of let me just think how many pieces it takes to make one of these. Yeah, it takes 17 pieces just to make one of these guys, so it's a lot of casting pieces. So yeah. And yeah, they're just really cool. And also the legs, I didn't have to cast them individually, I just casted them in clusters and stuff. So you can see that is the Arthropleura. And yeah, again, these guys will hopefully be available on the Etsy later today. If I get these finished today, then I'll probably do a separate video completely talking about them, like my usual video I do whenever I make something for the Etsy. But yeah, I just kind of wanted to at least make this update since I did want to do something related to these Arthropleuras for Halloween. So yeah. Now, moving on to something else, which I'm just going to put Owen right here for a second. Moving on to something else relating to the Etsy. So my typical release schedule, this was wave 2 of figures and stuff. Pretty much all these released, I think. So yeah, all these released. Again, these guys are all available on the Etsy if you'd like to still purchase them. But yeah. Something else is, I just want to show off this page, which is basically all the cut species, or at least, yeah, the ones that I'm pretty much cutting and not doing. Though, I do want to mention, some of these definitely have a chance to come back, like Desmond Stylus I still might do. This was for one of the later Christmas batches, so if I do it, it'll still happen then. Terry Godis and Bertops, I actually have the sculpts done for, so they'll probably release. I just don't know when. I just don't have them. Like, these, not all of these are just 100% canceled, but a good, like, they're kind of just like, I don't know when I'm doing them. And there are some that are canceled. Like, Cardiorhynchus, I think I'm canceling, at least as of now. Don't have too much. Arizonosaurus, another one I'm canceling as of now. Kentasugas is getting canceled as of now. This thing is actually going to, might release alongside something else, though I'm not 100% sure yet. Sacabambaspis. Again, Sacabambaspis and Bertops are ones that are going to definitely release. I just don't know when, because again, I do not have the actually, I do have the sculpts for these guys. I just don't know when I'm going to release them. Whenever I have time, I'll sneak them in, though. They might be part of January. January might be an interesting batch, because it's probably going to consist of a bunch of things that I didn't have time to release this year. Crassogyrinus was originally going to be part of the Halloween batch, but yeah, that, you know, things got like redone for that. This Palma Scorpios also got kind of cut, but that one actually has a sculpt, though I'm debating if I'm going to redo it or not. Terry Godis is another one I literally have done. Like, let me go grab it real fast. I literally have the Terry Godis right here. Again, another one I don't know when I'm going to release it. I might actually make this a November release. Like, probably November batch 1, possibly. So, yeah. Anyways, actually, while I'm at it, let me just... Yeah, sorry this video is a little bit weird, but, yeah. Let me grab the, Palma Scorpios and the Bronta Scorpio. Which, yeah, here's Palma Scorpios right here, and Bronta Scorpio. Again, I have sculpts done for them. I just don't know when they're going to release. They're originally supposed to be Halloween batch creatures, but that didn't quite happen. But at least I was kind of also working yesterday to see if I could get the Palma Scorpios and Bronta Scorpio maybe done. And I don't know. I think I'm still going to wait to release them. But I already have a few casted, so maybe I'll just finish those guys up and release them in November batch 1. November batch 1, November batch 1, which I'm going to go to, is kind of a combination. I cut Cardiorhynchus and a few other creatures from it and replaced them with some of the creatures from for October batch 3 or the Halloween batch. Inostransurvia is one I still really want to do, but it's probably going to be November batch 1. Rhinkasugas, I already technically released one of these guys, just I'm doing an individual release, so yeah, that's probably going to release this batch. Ignore this little guy right here. He's going to release alongside Inostransurvia. I have the sculpt done for it. Soleroceravix, I think is how it's pronounced. Also, Diectodon's this guy. But Soleroceravix, I also have the sculpt done. Really, that thing's sculpt has been done for ages now. I just haven't released it yet. I don't know when I'm going to. Not even because of, like, any particular reason. I just didn't know what time to release it. And I feel like, I don't know, it has, the colorations I plan on going to are going to be kind of similar to this, and that's kind of like fall vibe, so I decided to go with it. And then, I had 2 Creatureville creatures, Concavenator and Magyarosaurus. Magyarosaurus is going to be releasing probably in this batch. I already have some things releasing in December that I kind of don't want to do there. And then you'll see where I'm releasing the other Creature Vote winner. But yeah, Magyarosaurus was the second Creature Vote winner. And it's going to be releasing in this batch, hopefully. Assuming things go to plan. But yeah. Also, I want to mention, which I'll talk about this more when we go over here. But I kind of don't want to spoil everything here. You can just see. I'm only going to reveal 2 creatures, which you can see the other 2. But I'm only going to actually talk about 2 for the November batch. Concavenator, which is the biggest one, going to be for the, it's a Creature Vote creature, so, yeah, that's why I'm doing Concavenator. And, yeah, it's going, again, I actually have, this is interesting, I don't typically do color schemes, like, I know whenever I do Creature Votes or suggestions, I'm specifically just looking for the creature and not usually doing the color scheme, if you even, like, again, I'm not particularly looking for a suggested color scheme, but 2 of them for this batch actually had suggested color schemes. Concavenator specifically, again, I want to mention more about me maybe not including Theropods anymore, but we'll talk about that more in a second. But the main reason I actually am kind of still happy to do this one is because the person that actually suggested this one came up with a really cool concept for this one, and I'm going to go with that for this thing's color scheme. So that's one thing that's going to be, at least at the very least, make it stand out from other Concavenator figures quite a bit. And then also we have Shibuya, which, I wasn't going to reveal that one, but yeah, you can see Shibuya right here. This bird right here is the color scheme someone suggested with this one. This wasn't even a creature vote or anything, someone just randomly suggested it, and I'm going to try to do it. Shibuya is really small, so I don't know how exactly I'm going to pull it off, but still. Honestly, this color scheme is just too perfect not to do, so I kind of have to do it. So yeah. And then also you can see Ozraptor. I don't know. I just remembered Ozraptor was a really small Abelisaur. I was like, that would be cool to do. So, yeah, Ozraptor I'm going to do there. Also, I want to talk about Theropods. I'm frankly kind of tired of doing them. So, I think whenever I do my next creature vote, which will probably be the January one, or I might do a mini creature vote for December or something like that, I think I'm going to be banning Theropods. Frankly, because I kind of get tired of doing them, and as of now, I've been lucky doing creatures that at least are somewhat interesting to do. Concavenator, Herrerasaurus, those have both been creature vote winners so far, and I feel like at least those are kind of interesting. I'm already like, I already know someone's going to suggest like a Killabator, or Utah Raptor, or something like super popular that fits into the qualifications, and I think I'm just going to start not including Theropods, because frankly, most times I kind of just don't want to do Theropods, and they also just completely dominate the polls, and it's honestly not fun. I might add like I might do some rules like I might change things up. I don't know exactly. I'm either just going to ban theropods or I might do like restrictions on theropods, like I don't know, maybe if Mattel has made the theropod and it's not complete hot garbage, then it's not allowed in. Like, I mean, for example, Spectrovinator or something Mattel's making, but maybe I'd like that in because, frankly, Mattel's one is horrible. But, yeah, otherwise, like, I might just ban that because, again, it's kind of like, I kind of want to do more unique things. And Concavenator and Herrerasaurus, I would say, do have quite a few figures already and are decently popular already. So it's like, it kind of feels like just doing things that already exist, quite a bit of them. But, luckily, those ones are not super popular, so it's like, okay, fine. But there's some that I already know are, like, inevitable. And, again, it's also not really as fun doing the polls when I know the Theropod's going to win. The second I saw Concavenator was a suggestion, I automatically knew it was going to win the polls. And, frankly, I was like, it also, like, wasn't even close. Like, seriously, it completely dominated. I put all the popular... I usually put the most popular stuff on one poll. And, literally, the Theropod, I saw Concavenator, like... Because, again, I don't want to just all the popular species to completely take up the poll. So I put them on one poll, so only one of them are allowed in. And Concavenator got in. It was a little bit steep, but still won by a decent landslide. And then every other poll Concavenator was on and just completely sweep the board. So, frankly, that's why I don't want to do Theropods, especially more popular ones. At the very least, for some other creatures, there's not like a lot of super duper popular ones that are going to end up on there for some reason, but yeah, again, it's usually just the theropods, and I think I am going to be banning them for the next creature vote. I might also ban terrorbirds because I know, like, inevitably terrorbirds will immediately be there. Pretty much, I think the rules are going to be basically the same for the next creature vote. Just want to let you know. Even if you want to put submissions in now, I guess why not? But yeah, for the next creature vote, theropods are banned. It's the same rules as the last one. If you remember those ones, or go check to see what the old ones were. Pretty much, I'm going to be banning theropods, and then also terrorbirds. I'll probably let terrorbirds I'll let them come back in for the next one, maybe after this. But for this one, I think I'm banning terrorbirds because I feel like if you can't get a non-avian theropod, they're just going to use the carnivorous ones. And frankly, I think I might just ban all birds for this. Actually, maybe not all birds. Yeah, I think I'm just going to ban terrorbirds specifically. I'll allow other flighted birds, other grounded birds I'll allow, like flightless birds, I guess. But yeah. Pretty much, that is the creature vote for next time. Again, I do have some theropods. Like, if I really want to do a theropod and have a really good idea for it, then I won't mind doing it. And I think I'd rather, like, let the creature vote have something more unique, and then... Because, again, even when I have an idea for a theropod, I'm not only kind of just tired of doing theropods, but I already have, like... 3 other theropods already in, so I kind of just, like, don't end up doing it, and I think I'm just going to mainly pick theropods on my own, since I kind of can pick ideal ones that I at least feel like making. Oh, my screen went dark. But, yeah. I think, yeah, theropods are just going to be banned for now. Again, sorry if that's a little bit disappointing, but as of now, theropods are banned. If anyone has any ideas how I can rework it to maybe change things up a little bit, like, I might just ban specific groups of theropods next. Like, but I'll have to think into that a little bit more. But as of now, I think I'm just going to ban all theropods, just to take a break from them at the very least. Some other theropods I do have planned are like Nanotyrannus, since that's valid again, and honestly, I think it'd be fun to do one of those. Afrovinator, Gojirasaurus. Those are just a few theropods I have planned, and I haven't done any of them. Actually, Gojirasaurus was the only one to ever get on a poll, but the other ones, I haven't done them just because, again, Concavenator is here, and a bunch of other theropods, and it's just like, yeah, not too fun. I do have, again, these 2 guys right here, which I think are not that bad, and Shibuya also another one. So yeah, that's what's happening with theropods up to now. Sorry if it's a bit disappointing, and honestly, they took up a whole bunch of this section. But yeah. Anyways, moving on. Christmas Batch 1. I've also reduced this one by quite a bit, but yeah, these are the creatures I have planned as of now for Christmas Batch 1. Again, depending on how things go in November, who knows? I might actually have time and find some time to do the Christmas Batch creatures more. Okay, sorry for that, but do Christmas Batch creatures more. But then we have Christmas Batch 2, which is going to be like the... well, actually, the first one was this... I mean, I guess I consider that more of a December batch. Well, this is actually a Christmas batch. Frankly, like, again, I did cut a few creatures, but for the most part, the main creatures I have planned for this did stay. Also, another creature vote creature, because again, even if a creature doesn't win the creature vote automatically, doesn't mean that I won't still consider doing it just because. And the Grey Dog, I mean, it's Christmas. It's basically a penguin. It should count. So yeah. Anomalocaris is one I need to redo at some point. In fact, let me go grab it real fast. I do have a sculpt, though. I'm considering redoing it because I'm not super happy with it. Like, I think it's fine, but I mean, it's a Anomalocaris. It has to be absolutely spectacular. So, yeah. Jasionopterus, which I still have the prototype for. I'm going to make a better full version. Sorry for squeaking in my chair. Tyrannosaurus, the last of the Permian creatures, last big kind of Permian synaps I plan on doing. Of course, we have the Dwarf Mammoth. I feel like that just fits. Toxicoprion, really cool, of course. Dylong, and, I can't remember the name of this other guy, but it's going to be a 2-pack of the two. Actually, the sculpt for this guy done already. And then Metrorhynchus. Mattel doesn't want to do one, so I guess I'll do one, because Metrorhynchus is freaking cool. So, yeah, also, I do want to announce the winner, because I think you guys did do a poll. I mean, I did a poll, and you guys did vote on what large creature you want for Christmas, and the winner is... Okay, wrong slide. Drum roll, please. It is... Megatherium. That's the winner for the large creature for Christmas. This is going to take a lot of time to work, so I'm probably going to be working on this guy a good chunk of November. But, yeah, this is going to be the big creature. I don't know if it's going to even fit on the slide, so I might want to just push it over here. Sorry, Megatherium. I don't have space for you. So, yeah, this is the big creature we're doing. Again, let me go over to the slide where I had kind of the Christmas stuff kind of planned out. These were all the competitors over here, if I can bring it over. So, yeah, you can see these were all the competitors. Which I think, let me see if I have them in order down here, because I might just show them off down here instead. That might be a bit easier. Not really. So, yeah, let me just, I think all the Theropods that I had planned. Okay, so first we have Sinotyrannus right here, which Mattel's already made one of these guys. This one was going to come in a 2-pack with that little Ankylosaur I can't remember the name of. Then we have, I'm going to show all the other ones big since I can. Nanucosaurus was a option that I was originally going to include. And Eutyrannus. The whole reason I didn't do this was for the same creature. I'm not doing Theropods in the next creature vote. It's frankly just first thing, like all the other competitors are literally mammals, and I know for a fact these Theropods are going to completely dominate it without even giving a chance. But also, like, again, it's just like I'm kind of tired of doing Theropods. I don't want to put all my resources into doing another Theropod. You know what? I'll let you guys know. If the Etsy's doing well around the Christmas season and I have the time and materials, I'll do one of the Theropods. I'll put a poll up and you guys can pick between Nanucosaurus, Eutyrannus, and Sinotyrannus. You guys can pick one. I actually did start on a Eutyrannus a while ago, but the head was too big, so I had to restart. But yeah. Anyways, I'll probably I might end up doing that if I have the time and I finish a Megatherium. But again, let me go over to the other ones. Again, as of now, I kind of just don't want to do another Theropod. But on to the mammals that were competitors. There was Elasmotherium, which was one I really wanted to do. Umbellitherium, another one I really wanted to do. And then the 2 sloths, which I honestly couldn't pick between Megatherium and Armatherium. I kind of like this one. I wouldn't be like really too mad depending on which one lost. I'm not gonna lie. I kind of wanted to do like a giant ground sloth with like reduced hair, which is what my idea for the Armatherium figure would have been. But, yeah, this guy didn't win. It's honestly, okay, I might end up doing this guy at some time in the future, though probably not for the Etsy. Megatherium, I'm honestly kind of less surprised the more I think about it that this guy won, and I'm actually still really excited to do this. I mean, I've been wanting to do a giant sloth for a while, and it definitely makes sense to do a more typical-looking giant sloth with all the hair and stuff. So, yeah. Next, we have Umbellitherium. This is kind of a random one. I honestly have been obsessed with Brontotheres more recently because they're just really cool and really unique animals. And, yeah, I made a design for Umbellitherium and wanted to make a figure that looked kind of close to it. I might still do this guy at some point. And then probably am going to end up doing this guy at some point. And then Elasmotherium, another creature I am definitely going to do at some point. And don't know if I'm going to do it for the Etsy. If I have the materials at the time, I might do it for the Etsy because my idea for this thing was to honestly make it insane. Well, not insane, but probably give it neck articulation, maybe jaw articulation, and also possibly give it interchangeable horns so that it can have long, short, and also broken horns. So, yeah. Those are pretty much all of the Christmas creatures. Again, honestly, that's pretty much all I got for the Etsy as of now. Honestly, let me just show off like all the creature vote creatures. All of these. I think that all of the, if I remember correctly, I think I had 4 on each one. Didn't I? Okay. I think that, didn't I have Nothosaurus on the one with the popular creatures? I can't remember all the creatures I had on the popular creature vote. I think I may have, okay, I think this is actually how I had them grouped up. Magyarosaurus, Concavinator, Clinican, and Hyneria. I knew Clinican or Concavinator were going to win, probably Concavinator the second I thought about it more. And like out of these creature boat creatures, Concavinator just dominated all of them. It wasn't even close. But out of these creatures, the ones that I have done, I mean, I have done or are planning to do. Crash I'll probably do at some point. Grey Dock, I am also planning on doing at some point. This thingy, I actually did do for the Etsy. In fact, I did it before the actual creature vote winner. Sorry about that. Magyarosaurus and Concavinator, I'm also doing, though those are because they won. And like, again, I honestly like all the creatures on here, and honestly would be pretty happy with them. The only ones that I kind of didn't want to do were Nothosaurus. These guys, just because I'm actually really happy Clinican didn't win, because I cannot compete with that new Beast of the Mesozoic one coming out. Hyneria was honestly it wouldn't have been that big. I already did Hyneria, but this one would have been individual and also may have just had articulated jaw. So yeah, again, I just kind of like Concavinator was the one I wanted to do the least, just because it has so many figures already, and also just like I don't want to do more Theropods, but I am still happy with this creature vote winner. I am really happy the person that submitted this creature had a really cool idea for it. And I don't want to reveal what it is, because that's like the main thing about this creature, but it's really freaking cool. At least, it's nothing to do with like action features or anything, it's the colorations, and honestly, I am actually really excited to do it. So, yeah, is there anything else I can show off for the Etsy up here? Let me see. If there's anything else that I'm willing to share. There's also another large creature, if I don't do the Theropod, which honestly, there's another large creature on the Etsy that I actually have been planning to make, and I might make one for the Etsy. It's not this guy. 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 Except I actually lied. It is one of those guys. You can guess which one it is that I kind of want to do. And if I have time, I will do it for I might do it for Christmas. So yeah, place your votes down below. I also need to make a page for my... I have pages like this where it's just like a bunch of creatures with their sizes, so if I want to do one, I can just pick one. But yeah, I actually need to make one for Theropods, because there are a few Theropods I want to throw on there. Because again, I'm kind of tired of doing them, but there are a few that I really want to do, so yeah. Anyways. Yeah, well, while we're here, I might as well show a few more off. I have a page like this except for small creatures. A page before 2-packs, so... yeah, these are the two 2-packs that are coming out. I'm still considering this one with a pygmy hippo. But, yeah. And then let me move up to... just, I might as well show off these pages, which I've been doing more recently, which has a picture of the creature, the scale, and then, like, and whatever I kind of plan on basing it off of somewhat for each creature. I've been doing this more recently with some of my more recent creatures, just because it makes things so much easier. It kind of gives me like something to base off for the sculpt to kind of make a unique one, and also gives me some inspiration for colorations. Ozraptor, yes, the coloration, design-wise, it's going to look kind of more similar to this, but coloration-wise, it's going to look like this. I don't know if I'm going to add the feathers, though, because that kind of doesn't make much sense for an Abellasaur. Maybe I'll add some, but like just keep it really reduced. This is that newer creature I did on the Etsy. I actually kind of based the colors off of this vaguely, but honestly, it didn't come out anything really like that. Not because the color scheme were bad, or even that I failed doing this color scheme. It's just kind of a vague inspiration for it. Pterygotus, I still don't know what the heck I'm going to do with this thing. I think I kind of plan on doing this kind of color scheme with it. Except maybe closer to this a little bit. I don't know. Skipping that because that's kind of secret. Here's the one for Estiminosuchus that I was working on. This is basically all the references I had for Estiminosuchus. My goodness, I had to do a lot, especially because this thing's head is so weird. But luckily, it came out well. Here's the one for, well, not the one for Ankylosaurus. This one kind of, I needed a bigger slide to show off the size of Ankylosaurus for this one. But you can see the coloration. This is why I based it off of vaguely. But, yeah, here's the actual slide for Ankylosaurus. That's why I had to get more space, because look how freaking big this thing is. It was originally supposed to be, actually, no, I think it was originally based off of this one mostly, but it kind of became a mishmash of these designs, I guess. Cardiorhynchus, this is the slide for Cardiorhynchus. If I do it, it's going to be like this, except maybe the colorations will be like this, except purple or blue. I really don't know yet. Glyptodon. Yes, I'm giving it a little trunky trunk, except maybe it won't be as much of a trunk. It'll be way more reduced, or at least maybe a little bit more reduced. I just really like this design for the creature. It looks cool, in my opinion. Some creatures that never came to be. Back when I was doing Herrerasaurus, which let me show this off again. This is my inspirations for Herrerasaurus. I actually considered it making it a 2 or 3 pack with 2 other creatures or 1 other creature as battle damage. Saurosuchus, which would have had colors of the Dinosaur Revolution one, and also would have had a battle damage piece, and also jaw articulation, and Istoglossea. Also, probably would have had jaw articulation and a battle damage piece. Also, coloration wise, would have been kind of similar to this, I guess, just gray. But I ended up scrapping those because I did not have the materials to do it at the time, and also it would have took too much time. But yeah, I'm gonna stop talking because honestly, I don't have time to do that. But I also have this, which is the coloration. Honestly, I'm not a fan of spiders, but tarantulas aren't that bad. I can deal with looking at tarantula, and oh my goodness, there are some really colorful tarantulas. Honestly, again, I didn't even bother looking at spiders for color inspiration, but man, do tarantulas have some good color inspiration. Actually, that sea scorpion right here that I was talking about, it kind of ended up being more like these. In fact, I kind of wanted to do blue and purple, but it ended up being based off this. Let me actually go get the figure. But yeah, you can really see the color inspiration to the tarantula. Like, let me get some light over here real fast. Yeah, you can see the color inspiration. It's basically just ended up looking like this. I did leave out the white stripe though, because I feel like it didn't look good when I tried to add it. But yeah, you can see with like the gold and stuff. That's kind of where I got my inspiration for that thing. I based Tactolic entirely off of this image basically for the colorations. Yeah, Eurohippus I think it is, or something similar to that. I didn't know what to do with the color scheme. It kind of just came out more like this, I guess. And again, this was the coloration for the Ranchosaurus, except the other one I'm going to release individually is not going to have the same color scheme. It's going to be the Walking with Monster color scheme, so just pretty plain. But yeah. Then some other color inspirations, I guess, I could show. I'm trying to see if there are already good ones I can show off. Okay, maybe not. I think, okay, here's these ones. I kind of want to skip because some of these are like a lot of customs that I have not done yet, so I don't want to reveal those yet. But yeah. Here are some ones for that 3-pack of obscure amphibians. This is the colorations I did for Paleobatrachus. This is the one I did for the, I can't remember what it's called, and this is the one for the more snake-like one. It did black with like kind of the bluer stripes, and it looked kind of cool. So yeah. Anyways, I think that's about it. Also, Esteminasuchus. Its color scheme kind of got inspiration from these. Like some of the patterns, I think mainly on the face, I took from this one, but otherwise the colorations kind of was just a mixture of stuff. I kind of wanted it to possibly work as the Dino Dex one because we don't really know what it looks like, but that's kind of the color scheme I came with based off that one AI generated image that may have been edited or something. Again, I don't know. Esteminasuchus is one probably like this is just a really random talking video. This is what you get from my channel, and this is my random Halloween video. It's kind of just kind of some random stuff. Kind of just at this point just a video of me talking. Hope you guys enjoy it though, or at the very least enjoyed the first part where I was actually showing off stuff that I made. I only really made one thing, but yeah. Esteminasuchus, again, we're going to talk about Dino Dex the movie, because why the heck not? Pretty much the only creature we ever revealed is Nyasasaurus, and that's the only creature 100% revealed. Like, the name has been 100% revealed, and it's going to be a big part of the film. Esteminasuchus is like the second best, I'd say, considering how there is one image, and there's a bunch of AI generated images on the one site that has kind of images for it. And yeah, none of them are going to be what the creatures actually look like, but Esteminasuchus specifically is the only one that's actually really notable that you can tell exactly that it is an Esteminasuchus. But also, some people pointed out after I uploaded that video that it looks like it was edited to kind of add the antlers on. Which, if that's true, then that's probably, again, they may not have images that they're allowed to show, or they just don't have, like, fully done images of the creatures. And if that's the case, it would make sense that they would at least try to make the image look closer to an Esteminasuchus. It also looks similar to a one piece of paleo art of Esteminasuchus, so I'm really hoping that this does confirm Esteminasuchus for the film. Though, again, I would still take that with a bit of a grain of salt, since we don't have it confirmed for sure, but, yeah. Anyways, Trilobite beetles have cool colors. This is what I did for the Omnidens, the color scheme. Honestly, I don't even know what the heck I'm talking about. Also, here's the Trilobite that came with the Omnidens. I'm just kind of going out random stuff at this point. But, yeah. Anyways, up here, I have, just all my inspiration for the Palmoscorpios. And the reason why this figure is taking so long is because scorpions are freaking hard. I thought it would be pretty easy. I've done the Eurypterids 1,000 times, and they kind of look similar. I was like, it'll be easy. No, scorpions are not. Their freaking legs are the issue. The body and head I can do pretty well. The tail, the tail actually look-wise is pretty easy. It's just trying to get it to be in this position, which is what I've been trying to figure out. I think I may have figured out how to do that. It's just making the legs and arms look appealing. They always just look really bad. Let me go get mine. I showed this earlier, but this right here is the third Palmoscorpio sculpt. You can't see it too well, but the legs, like okay, the first version looked so bad. Actually, in fact, this Brontoscorpios right here actually is the second version I sculpted, but I realized it looked more like a Brontoscorpio, so I repurposed it as that. But again, you can see the legs just kind of splay out to the edges, and they just don't look good. Then we have Palmoscorpios, which I decided to go with the more like curled up legs for the scorpion. Hopefully that could make it look better, and it did kind of work. Admittedly, it kind of did work. but it still looks kind of off. Again, I'm sorry, it's blurry. I just can't really get it. But then the arms also. I figured out how to do the legs, and I feel like maybe the arms, like the legs are good enough, I guess. But the arms are really where I'm just like, ooh, it doesn't look too good. Like you can kind of see, you can see a lot actually. I based it off the prehistoric park one, which I cannot tell if it has proportionally ridiculously long arms or not. I think it may, because it just looked really weird on this figure, and all these other depictions have more reasonable arms. And I might resculpt this guy one more time, because again, I'm not really happy with the arms at the very least. Also, if you're wondering how I got the tail curved, yeah, I basically had to sculpt it flat, like this Bronto Scorpio right here, and pretty much had to bend it up. I added a wire into it and it will bend up. I don't know if it's good enough to actually have it be an articulated figure, but at the very least to get it bent up in that position. Like, let's see, this one I think also has a wire in it, and let's see how well this bends up. If it's still, like, again, once it was kind of, I bent it up when the glue was kind of still soft. Yeah, probably not going to be good for an articulated figure, but at the very least, bending it when the clay is, the hot glue is still kind of soft, allows it to get into that position before it fully cools down, and then it will stay stuck in that position. And, yeah, I think that's kind of what's happening. But at the very least, I can get it with the tail curved up. But, yeah, I think that's pretty much all I can show for now. I mean, I can show a few of the older ones, like this one I did for the Amarga spine. Well, the Spinoraptor figure that I made, Oasis Spinosaurus, Dinosaur King Acrocanthosaurus, Walking with Monsters, Dimensional repaint of the Stegosaurus. And, like, again, you can see for the Burgosuchus, these are the color schemes I used to base it off of the Gastornis figure. Again, this is not really anything super interesting. The Walking Dinosaurs T-Rex repaint. This is just also, here's the Diplocal's color inspirations. And a few other creatures, I guess. Again, this is just nothing crazy. I kind of just made a bunch of slides. Here's just a bunch of other ones. Like, here's the one I did for Opabinia. And then, like, the rest of these are just kind of creatures that I can use in the future if I want to do. And some of them I did actually use to base some color schemes off of already. But, yeah. Again, that's pretty much all I'm going to show for now, since I don't really have anything else to show. But I might as well scroll back down to something. Actually, you know what? I know where I'm going to end this video off at. So, yeah, sorry this video became rambling towards the middle. Really, only the first part was actually about the Arthropleura update, but I wanted to do something fun for Halloween. I guess this is just something at the very least. Again, I have a few other videos planned. I have some Dinosaur King screen times, which I had to pick the most spookiest creatures possible. I mean, a Stegosaur that has the color scheme that's kind of Halloween colored, and also one of the most horrible abominations to walk the earth. I mean, a horned Pachyrhinosaurus. I don't know about you, but that's probably the most horrifying thing I've ever seen. But yeah, I might end up doing a few other ones. Again, I haven't even edited those yet, but I have to get those edited. And then I also have a review that should be out today too. I'm not going to talk about what that is, but yeah, again, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you guys enjoy Halloween today, and yeah, hopefully these figures are done today, though. No guaranteed. It's already like 6 o'clock, and honestly, I'm definitely breaking time. These guys might be out on November 1st. Sorry if that happens. I just wanted to let you guys know that these guys are in production and are very close to being done. So, yeah, again, bendy Arthropleura, articulated Arthropleura figure, plus a few ones that don't articulate, but, yeah. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the video, and also happy Halloween. Goodbye.